Weird sound? No. It's a weird. It's one people cutting the grass next to my house. So I don't know. You can.
I can't
Okay.
really hear them. I think we should be okay.
Nice. Okay, cool. I was worried for that. I talked with Sydney.
Right, I think we're good. All right, welcome everybody to the virtual campfire. My name is Sydney Williams. I am your host, and today we have some very special guests. We have Gabatia, our newest board member. She's here to help us interview this legend from Mexico. Zelzin Aketzalli is the first person from Mexico to earn the Triple Crown of long distance hiking, and we are so thrilled to have her here. Zelzin, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. All right, it looks like, yep, okay, good. There we are. My camera sucks. So, hi, welcome. I'm going to read your bio and introduce you because you are one impressive lady in a teeny tiny package. You look like you're this big, and you have done some serious hikes around this country. So let me pull this up and we'll talk about how awesome you are. Oh, it's gone. Okay, here we are. Rough start on the live today, folks. All right, so let's go through this. Zelzin started her adventures on the Pacific Crest Trail in 2017. In 2018, she kicked off the year with the Hayduke Trail, and 4 days after she completed that, she hit the Appalachian Trail. In 2019, she set out on the Continental Divide Trail, and when she completed it, she made history. She was the first person from Mexico to earn the Triple Crown of long distance hiking. I want to put this into context because I know not everybody that's in our community is a long distance hiker yet. So let me just like ramp up the mileage here so you guys can understand what we're working with here. So in 2017, the Pacific Crest Trail was 2,658 miles, and you finished that in 153 days. In 2018, you did the Hayduke Trail in 60 days, which is 812 miles, followed by 4 days later, which we're going to talk about that because that's amazing. 4 days later, you did the Appalachian Trail in 100 days, which is 2,190 miles. And then in 2019, you completed the Continental Divide Trail for 3,018 miles and 145 days to round out your Triple Crown of long distance hiking. If you can see it, like, I'm just going to bow down real quick because like that is a goal that I have for myself, to be a long distance hiker and to earn the Triple Crown. I haven't even done one yet, but I'm like, this is something I want to do. I want to see if my body can handle it. So let's start at the beginning. What did you do before you hiked the Pacific Crest Trail? Like, tell us a little bit about your life leading up to that first hike.
Yeah, you don't need to say like that. I think your body, they can handle this. It's not, when you like something, it's only you have in your head the objective and keep going, you know. And hiking is something I love it. So I think for me it's not very difficult. But when I was before the hiking, going to the Pacific Crest Trail, I never camping in my life, never, because in Mexico we don't have like a long trails, and also in some places, principally around the Mexico City, is a little dangerous for going alone. So I was so excited to go to hiking or go to camping alone. So before the going to hike in the Pacific Crest Trail, I was racing a mountain bike. I was racing a mountain bike for 3 years in my university. And I doing once Serie Nacional, like a race, different races 1 year. So for when I raced with the best people in Mexico, it was great. But I like that, but not was like something I feel passion, no? I really I really like do that, but not was something passion me. So why I decide hiking? Also, I don't have idea about the Pacific Crest Trail, the Continental Divide Trail. I don't know idea about that. Also, I see the movie, the Wild, the movie. But when I see the movie, I not put attention. They're talking about the A Trail. I see in the movie more about the history, the woman, how she's hiking for not stay more in the drugs. But I never put attention that she was talking about the one big long trail across all United States from Mexico to Canada, because that's for me in this moment was irreal, because this is now in Mexico. So when for the bikes, two guys from California, they ride a bike from California to Mexico City, and they told me about the Pacific Crest Trail. So after that, I start investigation about the Pacific Crest Trail, and I said, wow, this is amazing. But also it was in my mind, I was scared the different things. Like, for example, I never see snow in my life, and I never use crampons or ice sacks or something like that. And never upside in Mexico. So, and also the other more important scare was I not speak English in this moment. So for me, it was like a big challenge in this moment. Like an athlete, I feel physical, very strong, but for example, bears, I never see bears in Mexico. It was so many things that scared me before, but I really want to live something different, because in this year I was finished my university. I am engineer, so I finished my university. I finished the race for 1 year, and very important racing. And then the other thing I was finished my thesis and everything. So I say, I want to do something different. No? I want to do something different in my life. I want to give me something for gift for finish all these sections in my life. But I don't know idea when I start hiking, this will be my passion, because I don't know that I never do this before. So I never camping. Also, I make so many mistakes when I start hiking. Like for example, my backpack, everything was wrong. My backpack was so big. I don't know that I have a size. So my backpack was extra large, and also my backpack was for hiking long distance. No, my backpack was for traveling and doing day hikes, so it was so heavy and everything. So I make so many mistakes. Like now I have more experience. It's like a super different, no? Like I carry big backpack. I carry so many things I don't need in this moment, and also I was afraid of many things, no? I started learning using the crampons, the ice axe when I was in the Sierras. So it was amazing for me, because when I was in Kennedy Meadows is the first, the Kennedy Meadows is like the door for the Sierras when you go Novo. So when I was there, it was my first time snowing. It was amazing for me. So that is why I start more or less hiking. That is why a little of my life before. Yeah.
How long, so can you just say how long ago it was that you started like when did the guys tell you about the Pacific Crest Trail? Like what year was this?
Oh my God, this is good. Yeah, I forget to say that. They told me this in November 26th. So it was like, I need to do, I finished the university in December 26th. So I started doing
What year was that?
2016. I think, sorry, 2016.
Oh, 2016. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Cool.
26. Yeah.
So the next year you went to do the
Yes.
PCT. Wow.
So,
Okay.
so it was super quickly because
Okay.
I want to do something for when I finish the school.
Yeah.
So I start doing all how I can have the visa because I don't have visa in this moment. And then they give me the visa in February. And then I start looking for the permit, the Pacific Crest Trail, and then they give me for April 4. And then I only have 1 month for training. So I remember I went to the volcano in Mexico. It's more than 17,000 feet. 17,000 feet. When I went to there, I not feel tired because I was an athlete before. I doing so many exercise before, but I was afraid the highest. When I was climbing some section, like a bouldering section, and then it was I looking down and say, oh my God. So for me, it was so scary. So it was my first training for going to the PCT. And also this volcano have a glacier, but it's almost dry. So I went in March, so it was nothing, the ice, nothing. So I carried crampons, ice axe for practice, was nothing. It's very sad to see that because some years ago, these glaciers, it was full the snow. And many Mexicans training there for practice ice climbing or going to other mountains like Everest, Aconcagua. But right now it's like a super sad because all this glacier is no more.
Can you tell us what volcano this is?
Yeah, it's the Iztaccíhuatl. Iztaccíhuatl, we say La Mujer Dormida. Is like the sleeping woman because they have the, if you see far the way, you can see the mountain, how it's like it's one woman sleeping. It's amazing, these volcanoes and the history, the story about these volcanoes, because it's two volcanoes together. So it's the Iztaccíhuatl at the Popocatépetl. So it's like a romantic story, like a Romeo and Julieta, but it's super beautiful. Maybe one day I can tell you about that.
Yes, another time you can tell us that story. It's on my face. So you went up Iztaccíhuatl to try to use crampons on an axe, and the glacier is pretty much all melted and there's no ice.
Exactly. So I know practice. So the really practice was when I was in the Sierras. So yeah, it was a little scary, but the good, when I was in the Pacific Crest Trail, many people was skip this section, the Sierras. They was skip this section because in 2017 was the big year, the snow in the Sierras. So I was in June there, in May, and last days the May, and it was full the snow. You can see in my red social how it was full, the snow, very full. And many people told me, no go, it's super danger. It told me many things, but the good thing I don't speak almost nothing English, so I don't understand nothing. And also, I don't imagine how danger was this section because I never stay in the snow. So I can imagine it was something new for me. So I was a little curious to know. And this made me not skip the Sierras in this year.
And knowing that you had all these fears about, like, I don't know how to climb in the snow and the ice, had you make up your mind about if something is ridiculous, I'll turn around, or were you pretty much like, if I see people going, I'm gonna go?
But the most time in the Pacific Crest Trail, I was hiking alone. That was my objective. I really enjoy because I told you in Mexico, it's super dangerous going alone, more for women.
course.
It's very sad. It's very sad. See, you can sometimes see a woman's death in the mountains. It's horrible. So it's not very safe. And so for me, be alone in one place when I can feel safe was the thing more amazing for me. So for my two first through hike, I know was with hiking with nobody. When I was in the Sierras, I know I need the one person with me because it's something new for me. So I try be around the one person more. But in one time I was totally alone because one friend going with me, his back start pain and he leave. And I feel comfortable with the snow in this moment because it's very long story. It's very long story with him that he was very old man. Well, not very old, but he was old. But nobody want to go with me. Yeah, I don't care. I feel like he gave me a lot of experience in how navigation in the snow, how read maps and everything. And so I am very happy to hike with him, but not many young people was hiking in this year, was happy we hike with him because, it's like, oh, he is old and blah, blah, blah. And then, but he was very strong. So he hiked with me from Kersas Pass to Mammoth Lakes. And this stretch in the snow was like 9 or 10 days for me. But when I was hiking there, I see more people hiking for 15 days. It's crazy because it's only 100 miles. It's a little more than 100 miles in 10 days. You know how the situation, the snow will be super full, the snow. So he say he go with me. And then I remember we going together and then other guy want to go with us, but okay, want to go with me. But when I say, oh, I hiking with Paul, my friend, the name is Paul. And he said, oh, I'm not sure about that. Because he said, it's all, no? So he know when we us, he said, oh, okay, I probably waiting for the next group, the younger people. And it's funny because all this group, the younger people, not made it. They not finish. They upside in the second day. They super scared. And my friend, yeah, he was old, but he went with me to 5 days, and then he decided because his back start pain. We need to carry the big bear can. This is super uncomfortable. And then with 10 days the food, and then hiking the snow. So he said me, hey, I need to leave, sorry. And when he start paying his back, I start going in front so I can look at what is the best place for he go down to the mountains and everything. It is this, like when I try to care for him, they make me care for myself. So I feel super comfortable in navigation after that. So when he say me, I live, he say, you want to live with me? He live in Bishop Pass. He say, I don't know, I feel comfortable. So I keep going. And then past me was 2 days very terrific because is when I found the problem in the Sierras is not the snow. The problem in the Sierras is the rivers, the river crossing. So it was full, the snow, but it was almost summer. So the snow was melting very fast, and this make the river so big. So I was almost dying one river because I swimming in this river. I'm not very tall. So when I tried to cross one river, the water in the middle, it was like here. So this year was dangerous. It was also this year was 2 women died too in this year for river crossings. So the Sierras, the really challenge in the Pacific Crest Trail is river crossing. No, is the snow.
Wow.
Man, it's like I'm just so impressed. Like, so if I heard you correctly, sorry, I had some connection issues, but you were saying that that stretch was 100 miles and it took some people 15 days to go that far
Yes.
because the snow was so deep.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
I have
wow.
very good pictures about that. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I can share something with yours, but it's in my red social. You can see in my red social.
Yeah,
but
we'll post your Instagram link here so folks can check it out. So I want to ask you, because I've never done a through hike and I've never been on like a snowed pass or peak. So obviously when you get to an area that's all snow, you have to kind of estimate what's the best route to go to. Was that easy because there were steps from people that already been there, or how is that like?
Is this steps from other people? That is the best thing you found, because they make like a stairs for you. But is they know it's not people in front you, because this happened in one stretch from Ptolemy Meadows to Sonora Pass. Digo, from Sonora Pass to, I don't remember the other place. After Sonora Pass, I don't see footprints anymore. It was more difficult. But these footprints, they make you the life more easy. The hike super easy because you only follow the footprints. But be careful, because sometimes they probably lost. So sometimes it's not a good idea. So
Yeah, and I want to say something too, because I think we are in the US, we're so spoiled in that, you know, Nat Geo makes a map for everywhere we go, but in Mexico, there are no, like, you
no
go
maps.
to places and there's not a map, unless
Yes.
you know someone from the military who has a map of that section by chance. So
Yeah.
so this is also like your first time actually navigating with maps.
Yes, Mexico is really difficult. It's not like a United States that you go into gas stations, you found the map, this area, no? Here is not. We have maps. It's everything in the page they govern, but it's not like a maps, like a super maps. It's like a super basic maps. They not teach. They not show you almost nothing. And also, I don't know. Sometimes they very old. So sometimes probably they say it's one river there, but too much time ago, probably now it's dry. So yeah, for my first time using maps, I never use maps. So this my friend teach me about that, and that is the best option. I think when it's snow, sometimes we have GPAs to use the apps and everything, but it's better have one map too, because sometimes the apps not show you all the trees around, and if you have an emergency, you can check everything in the maps. So I really love the maps in United States. The technology is so great and it's super friendly to use and everything. I really like it. Yeah, and I do when I was in the snow, sometimes when I was lost one time in one peak, because I was trying to follow the trail. So I do the best thing I do in Mexico. In Mexico, the best thing you need to do, because we don't have trails, is cross. Only cross and follow the top of the mountain. Cross, cross, cross. It's like that, yeah. So it's like when you lost, because sometimes the GPS loses the, how you say, like a connection.
Signal
Sometimes,
or connection.
Signal. So the best thing when it happen then is follow the peak. You need to, it's for that, it's important have the map, because with the map, you know what is the exactly peak you need to go, principally in the pass, like at the Sierras, you always cross between the two peaks. So I heard about stories that some friends, they thinking was the other peak. So they cross in the wrong way, and they say when they made it to the pass, they supposedly was the pass, they tried the glissade, the others say it was horrible. It was super steep, they know was very easy. Also, no was possible glissade, because it no was the correct way. So it's important why the maps, because you can see for the elevations in the map, you can see what is the possible peak, so you can cross in the correct way.
And can you, I don't know if folks that are, I think the glissade is it's known, people call it glissade or they call it glissade. Can you explain what that is like? Because I feel like for most of us that haven't been hiking in the snow, it sounds, to me, it sounds super fun, but also super scary, but it's something that all through hikers, I think, have to do on the PCT. So can you tell us what that's like?
Oh my God. Principally when it's full, like when it's the heavy year, the snow in the PCT, it's the best, it is basically say, it's like, it's no rocks, it's no trees. So glissade, I don't know I say the correct word, but glissade is when, yeah, okay. So you go
that's
into
when you go, right?
Yeah, you go like I don't know how you say resbaladilla.
Like a slide.
A slide. So you have your backpack and you have your ice axe here, so you can stop a little because it's sometimes super fast. So the first time I glissade, but it was in Forester Pass. It's the highest point in the Pacific Crest Trail. So when I glissade in that, my friend told me, hey, we need to glissade because it's 3 miles down and 6 packs. But it's like an unnecessary going to 6 packs because it's snow. So why we not cross in seconds, no? So he said, we need to glissade because it will be more easy and more fast. So it was my first, and obviously it was so scary. I say, I'm not sure about that, but okay. And after that, yeah, it was scary, but after that, it was the thing more fun you can do. In more is the heavy year, the snow and the sierras, because it's no problems because it's no rocks, it's no trees. Because sometimes when it's heavy snow in the sierras, you have problems. Let's say in the correct way, probably around is a lot of rocks.
Yeah, that would be scary.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm really interested in, one of the parts that I was really impressed with when you sent over your biography so I could introduce you was that you didn't speak any English before you started the Pacific Crest Trail. Could you tell us a little bit about that experience? Because you're speaking English today, so did you learn English on the trail?
Yeah, all my English is in the trail. I never take lessons, the English. So it was yeah, I know, but in the first moment for me, it was a little like I don't know how you say, like a pena. Me daba mucha pena.
Like you were embarrassed.
Yeah, because I was engineer. I finished my university and then speak English. So for me, it was a little like that. So the first, I only can say the thing more difficult for me was understand. Like I started speak when I finished the Pacific Crest Trail, but I still, I was, it's fair to make one call in English because I can understand very well. So, so that was my first, my very, very strong fear. 1 week before the flight to United States, I almost say no because I was so scared about I don't speak English. What happened if me lost it? What happened if me happened that? I was thinking a lot in my head about the English. I almost say, I think it's not a good idea. But I'm so glad the faith to this fair, because right now I live the best experience in my life. So it was something I need to face. Like the Mexicans, we normally are very friendly. So okay, I told you about my experience when I was hiking. So my first experience was as very famous trail angel in the Pacific Crest Trail. The name is Scott and Frodo.
I know who they are.
Yeah. So this is the first trail angel. Yeah. They so some years ago, because this year they not doing, and probably next years they close the Trail Angel place. They're not doing this anymore, I think. But in 2017 they doing this. So they was the first person you meet in United States. He pick up every true hiker and live stay in the house the him for one night for the people from United States and 3 nights for the people from other countries. So he picked up me, and then I was in his house. It was many hikers there, and he say, "Okay, we have one rule: the people more, the people have more time in this house. These people, this person need to tell the rules everybody when it's coming new people, no? But the people all in this moment was me. Yeah, I don't speak nothing. I can say how are you, what's your name, the basics, no, hi, and that's it. But the problem I know I can understand. So when say, okay, we have a dinner in this moment, and he say, okay, we have the rule, the people have more time in the house, need to tell everybody the rules, but this person is Zelzin, not speak English, so okay, I do the rules for myself. Okay, at this moment was like, oh, I wish I can speak English, no? And then I make me like the decision, they speak English. They say, I don't want to be like that. I want to share with the people. I want to share. I want to, I don't know, I want to know more people, the different countries. So my first days, I have the good luck that I meet a couple from Switzerland. The woman speak Spanish. So she started teaching me a little words and everything. And then it was funny because every time Pacific Crest Trail, the most time I try the hiking alone, but every day you can meet many people. No, it's
There's
like
people.
Appalachian. Yeah, no, it's like Appalachian Trail. There is a lot of people there, but in the PCT, it's still people. You can meet maybe 3 different persons every day, and then when you probably some persons camping in the same spot than you. So when happened that, I always try to try the talk. I know they don't understand me. I know understand nothing. Principally when I was camping sometimes it was like a big group, sometimes maybe it's 3 persons or 5 persons together, and I go into eat together because that is something traditional in Mexico, everybody eat together. So I was going to eat together. Yeah, it was funny because if somebody make one joke and everybody laughing, I laughing. But I don't understand nothing. It was funny. Yeah. So so the thing was, I make me the objective to learn English, and I know was like I decide to be social for learn more fast. So it was amazing for me because when I finished the Pacific Crest Trail, I can understand a little more. I can talk a little more. So I went in December, the 2017, I went to Aconcagua. It's a big mountain in Argentina, and it's super tourist. So when I went to Aconcagua, it's the highest mountain in America. There is, I found the people from Argentina, they don't speak English too. So they have tourists there. It was amazing because I finished in September, the PCT. So I went to December. So it happened September, October, November, 3 months after they finished my true hike. And then when I was in Argentina, they using me like a translate. Yeah, I really don't speak almost not very well English, but it was so fast. I can imagine like 9 months before I don't speak nothing, and then they use me like a translate. They make me feel super good, but still I need more practice. So when I went to Hayduke, in Hayduke Trail, I know hiking alone because this trail is very, very, very difficult, and also it's not trail, and you need to do bouldering a lot. Bouldering, you need to swim in a slot canyon sometimes because the slot canyons is full the water, and that means it's water cold and gross, super gross water.
Wait, how do you swim with your, like, on top of your pack? Like
no, it's like a swim, but it's like a one is the, how you say resbaladilla again?
slide.
A slide. It's like a slide.
Yeah.
It's not depend the year. It's one year it was raining a lot, so the slot canyon probably have a lot of water. So I crossed one time one slot canyon like that. You carry the backpack.
So it's like a water park slot canyon when you're just like sliding down in water.
Yes. And it's gross because it's moody and it's super cold, super cold. So it's not a lot hikers hiking the Hayduke alone. I think it's almost nothing the people hiking along the Hayduke. So everybody's hiking in groups. So I'm hiking with 3 persons more, but also the water in Hayduke is super dangerous because it's desert. So one of my friends, it was sick for the water, so she need to live in the second week. So she lived in the second week. So I finished with 2 guys more, and it was me and 2 guys more. So this helped me more for speak more English because I was with 2 persons, they don't speak nothing Spanish, and this helped me a lot.
And you were not teaching them Spanish though?
I tried, but the guys, I tried,
I'm like, shame on them.
No. I tried, they only remember the bad words. Only the bad words, of course. See.
So 2017 PCT, you're sliding down mountains, life is good, you're learning English, you go do the Hayduke Trail, and then 4 days later, you start the Appalachian Trail. What did you do for 4 days after finishing an 812-mile hike and then like going across the country and starting this other one? Like, when I read that, I was just like what? Some people never finish one of those trails, let alone do 2 in 1 year. Like, that is mind-blowing to me.
Okay, that is other thing very important to say because so that is one problem we have, like the persons from other countries in United States, principally we Mexicans, we have only 6 months for being United States. So you don't have the opportunity, if you pass the 6 months, you don't have the opportunity they finish the trail. You still need to 1 month, they say no, you need to go back or you lost your visa. So that is why, and that is one of the reasons why I do the 2 through hikes in this time, because when I finish the Hayduke, I have 2 months left. 2 months less. So I have only 4 months for finish the Appalachian Trail. So I was reading the most people hiking in 5 or 6 months. So I say, I can do them for months. So I was hiking super fast.
So you ran it?
No, I hiking almost every day in Appalachian Trail, 30 miles every day, 30 and 25 less in White Mountains. White Mountains was like a crazy.
That's terrible. That's where my husband grew up in the White Mountains. Oh my God, it was the hardest hike I've ever done in my entire life. Was going up. We didn't get up Washington, but we did Jefferson and Adams.
Yes.
Like grit, granite, roots, rocks. There's no trail. You're following paint on rocks. Like, that is how you hike the White Mountains. Like, it is insane. Also, I really want to do it, but I walked, that was the hardest hike I did last year, and I got back and I wrote about it, and I was like, have you ever been so stressed out about where to step in your life? Like, there's so many rocks to choose from. I slowed down. Like, we hike pretty quickly, not like 30 miles a day quickly, but we're pretty fast. And I was like at a snail's pace because there's like, I just couldn't decide. Like my entire brain was just overloaded with choices on where to step because it's just all rock piles. That's all it is up those mountains. Insane. So how many miles a day did you do through the whites? Now I'm interested.
15, 18. I tried to do 20s. I tried to do more. No, it was, and also and I always pick the really bad years for my true hikes. So in 2017, I was the record, the snow in Pacific Crest Trail. And then in 2018, Appalachian Trail break the record, the rain. So you know these big rocks, now add rain. I was hiking a big waterfall and then super slippery. And then in 2019, I hiked in the CDT again. The United States break record the snow. So in Colorado was super scary about the avalanche. Colorado is other thing about talking about the snow. Colorado is big problem when it's snow. It's avalanche a lot. So you need to be careful in Colorado. So so the second reason why I was hiking two through hikes in United States in the same year was because I live in Mexico, so all my money is pesos. So you change this in dollars, it does a lot. So fly every time to United States, it will be so expensive. So I say, okay, because I quit everything. I do in my university. When I finished my university, I was doing my internship in TV in a canal, the TV in Mexico City. I was fixing cameras. I was fixing the video. I was fixing all the things, the networks and everything. And they say, hey, I want you working here with us. And it was an incredible place for work. But when I was hiking the PCT, I decided doing the Triple Crown because before I don't have idea. And also I found my passion when I was hiking. I say, that is something I like it. That is something is my passion. There's enough feel in the bike because and the bike was something I like, but no passion. You can find your passion when you tired probably, but you want more and more. Yeah. And the next day, and the next day you tired, but the next day you have energy for doing again. Because this is something you like it. You have the constantly doing the same thing. It is not boring for you and you really enjoy. So I found this in the true hike. This is I never found in my life. So once I decide doing the Triple Crown, so I make the plan. So when I go back to Mexico City, I went to the place, the TV canal, and I say, thank you so much, because they say me, I'm waiting for you go to do your hike for 6 months, and then when you go back, let me know so we can have a job still for you and everything. So when I go back, I say, hey, you know, I can work because I going to do this. Yeah, I don't know if you can.
Because I got more through hikes to do.
Yes, and also I say, I don't know if you want to wait for me 3 years, because this was the plan. Okay, not 3 years, but 2 years more, no? I decide next year hiking Appalachian Trail, and then the next year hiking the Continental Divide Trail. So before I have 2 business in Mexico, so I sell everything. In my business, but no, it's like a big business. Mexico is very popular sell like an stands, like a commercial informal, like a tianguis. We say
like tianguis, like a flea market.
Yeah, exactly. So my 2 business, because before I was skateboarding, it was the shoes, the skateboard, like Etnies, Vans, America, all like that. So I was sell shoes in my 2 business. It was like that. But I sell everything for do my true hike. I decided to be focused on that. So I don't have good opportunities for working the engineer because everybody asks me for experience. Everybody asks me for time for no be more than 6 months. I was working 6 months in Mexico and then going to hike for 6 months in United States. So that's why is the reason why I doing 2 through hikes in 1 year it was so expensive fly again and again. That is something I can afford because it was difficult to me. When I was so other thing I want to say is so when I was hiking the Appalachian Trail, I don't know if I can finish. The reason why I hiking the Hayduke Trail is because I told you before the hiking the PCT, I don't have the experience like doing so many through hike. I was reading or heard about the other hikers, the Continental Divide Trail will be so difficult, principally in Colorado. So I was afraid, but I take the decision to work better in my navigation, working better with more challenge. So when somebody told me about the Hayduke, and also they invite me, like I say, oh, you not going alone, you going with us. So I say, I think it's a good idea and good training. But when I finish the Hayduke, and now I finished the Continental Divide, I don't know who was training for I don't know how you say, like I don't feel like a Hayduke was the training. The Hayduke was the big challenge. This is a beautiful, beautiful hike, but it's big challenge.
Especially because the Continental, so I just did the Collegiate West, which is that in the Collegiate Wilderness in the CDT, and the trail is so marked. And other thru hikers that were there told me, you know, it's like you're doing CDT and you're coming on places where you have to navigate, and then you get to Colorado and the trail is just like right there.
Yeah, because
like well established. Like it's challenging because of the elevation gains, but
navigation,
the trail is there. The trail is definitely there.
Yeah. Colorado Trail is the places that have a lot of trails, a lot of signs. You can lose in Colorado because you need to worry for other things like the weather, like lightnings is crazy. It's really crazy there. Yeah, so it's why I do these through hikes and too. Let me tell you something, Sydney. When I was hiking the White Mountains, before everybody told me, you doing 30 miles every day in Appalachian Trail? And I said, yeah, this is my plan. He said, I don't think you can do that. And I said, no, I can do that. And then I start doing this and say, this is not, it was difficult. Well, it was tired, very tired, but no. But one person told me about, hey, you heard about in some places, you can only hike 1 mile every hour in the Appalachian Trail. They say, oh yeah, I care about that. But before the people told me I can do 30 miles. So I was like a very confident when I went to White Mountains. I played my section for 5 days and then I no made in 5 days because the White Mountains, they could like stop you. And also it's the very beautiful section. It's my favorite section, the Appalachian Trail, the White Mountains. It's so beautiful, but it's very, very, very hard. But I really like it. It's very, very beautiful.
And it's interesting too, because like if you've never hiked either trail and you look at like the elevation gain and stuff, you're like, wow, California, those mountains are so tall. New Hampshire, they're like 4,000 feet, whatever. No, it is hard. Like it is so ridiculous. Like we have 4,000 foot mountains out here where we live. We're out in Julian, California. We're east of San Diego. And we have like some 4,000 foot mountains out here, but it's not going from like sea level to 4,000 feet, like over rocks and through trees. Like it's incredible, but that is one of my favorite regions that we hiked through last year. So I'm really looking forward. Like the AT is one that's on my list for sure. Obviously, if I want a Triple Crown, I got to do it. But
you can do it.
You were going to do, so you've done the PCT, AT, Hayduke, Continental Divide. Tell us what your plan was for this year before COVID happened.
Okay. This year, my plan was hiking the Great Western Loop Challenge. the Great Western Loop Challenge is connection 5 different trails. It's the Arizona Trail, and then you connection the Pacific Crest Trail. Everything is hiking, so you need to connection every trail. So when you try the connections, some trails, you need to make your own trail, your own hike.
Oh,
You need
you're
to
cross country hiking. So there's no
Yes.
trail. You have
No
to
trails.
navigate cross country. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
when, every time you connection one. So you can start wherever you want to start, but you need to, so it's 7,000 miles, the Great Western Loop Challenge. So it's connection
7,000 miles.
Yes. So it's crazy. And also it's connection Arizona Trail, Pacific Crest Trail, Pacific Northwest, Continental Divide Trail. Another trail, I forget the name, is super weird for me, but it's other trail connection between Arizona Trail and Continental Divide Trail. When you hike in these trails, you know, in some trail, you hiking in very difficult weather, because you're talking about the 10 or 9 months doing that. So the means is, you know, leave the bad weather for Colorado. Definitely no. So you need to start. So I start in March in Arizona Trail. Still Arizona Trail have a little snow in this moment. So I start hiking this section, and then going to direction the Pacific Crest Trail before the start happened out with the coronavirus. So I was hiking in March 4, and then the start happened the coronavirus. So I need to be canceled this event. And also I know in this challenge, in the first moment was my I was reading about this challenge before, but I know was like very interesting in this moment until some company invited me to do that. So no, I know was the only person hiking there. It was 9 hikers total. So 9 hikers as the different countries. So it was from Chinese, India, Canada, me Mexican. I was the only Latin person, and then everybody, the rest of the people was from United States. So they would try to doing like one documental talking about the true hike and everything. And so, and also this challenge is only complete for 2 persons, only 2 persons. Only 2 persons complete this challenge, and both men's. So I was interested because I said, oh, probably, but also with me was 3 women. They got 2 women more, one from United States and one from Canada. So, so we be interesting what happened in all this time, but sadly, the coronavirus happened and we need to be canceled. So we tried to be in the trail. So when happened, everything was last days the March, and then we not see like this happen because we was in the mountains, and then when we take one day zero day, everybody talking about the coronavirus and everything. We like what happened? What happened here? Everything started closed. We not realize in this moment how dangerous was the situation, and how big would be the situation after that. So we try. So no was airplanes, no was nothing. So the company take the decision, they keep going, because we for different countries, how they go back not to the country. So they take the decision, they keep going for 1 month more, so they can see, so we can see if the situation was better or no, but the situation was better. So we try, so when the coronavirus and everything was closed, we was almost in the Grand Canyon. So, and the challenge, you finish the hiking in Arizona Trail and the Grand Canyon, and then you start going to the west to connection the Pacific Crest Trail. So in the month, we try the force that the waiting for the situation will be better. Was the month where we hiking the North Trails. We hiking from the Grand Canyon to try the connection, the Pacific Crest Trail. So this helped us a lot because we don't see our people. So we buy food in Flagstaff, when it's the more big city close to the Grand Canyon. We buy food because we have one band follow us in different sections, so they can recording and everything. So we buy food, and then we put like a 10 days or 15 days of food. So we don't need to go back to the towns or small towns every time. So we go into a stretch the 10 or 15 days. And then when we made it to the border of California was the states more closed in this moment. The national parks, they was closed. And also we don't have, like for example, if you hiking one person, like a one through hike, but nobody see you, but we was nine through hikers. And then one band follows. How the band possible to cross to the national parks? It's not was possible. And also 9 people, you can see 9 people in the mountains. Yeah. So it was very easy. So we decide cancel. So everybody decide going to different places when they can take us. Like they can give us like a shelter place. So like we stay there. So waiting for everything open, no? So we stopped the challenge on May 1st. And May 1st, we was in Las Vegas, and on May 1st, we take the decision that we can go. So we made it to the border of California, but we know was something happened, you know. But so the place when I was in Montana, in Helena, Montana. It's a really beautiful place. So I meet this place when I was hiking the Continental Divide Trail. So I have friends there, and they let me stay in his house. And I was trying the mountain bike, I was running. And also I see this when the event, the Great Western Loop Challenge was canceled. I see like an opportunity because I take this challenge because I see in this challenge I can train more, and I can learn more about how I can make my own trail, and I want to learn about the other persons, because my objective when I start hiking the Continental Divide Trail, my objective in this moment was trying to make one trail in Mexico. So when they told me about the project that the Great Western Loop, I say, that's helped me for my project. So I say, I want to go to do that. So no was all the challenge, but I learned the things necessary for start doing the project in Mexico, because that is my passion. True hike is my passion, but I am a speaker in Mexico, so I doing conference talking about the true hike, because I am the first person from Mexico doing this. And no, it's because the Mexicans don't have the capacities to do that. It's because nobody know what is the true hike. Like me, when I start, I can imagine.
You don't have any in Mexico, right? Yeah. There's no because we didn't talk about that in your intro. So your next mission, are you going to try to do the Great West Challenge again?
Yes, but I'm not sure. Maybe 2 or 4 years, because this I feel super comfortable. So I thinking and doing for myself next time in the Great Western Loop Challenge. So I need to try in a little more, but I feel super comfortable. So I thinking I can do for myself.
Yeah. So that was my next question is, in your bio, you had mentioned that you want to build a through hiking trail in Mexico. So what kind of steps do you have to take in order to make that happen? Because we already know like maps are not that great in Mexico. What other things do you have to consider?
Yeah, so the first thing I told you, I tried to do this when I was hiking the Continental Divide Trail. So it was why when I start the Continental Divide Trail, I not start in United States. I start in Mexico, in Chihuahua. So I cross the border, and then I connection the Continental Divide Trail. Obviously, when I was hiking for 4 days, only I hiked 4 days in Mexico. I hiking in the Sierra Occidental because I try to follow the division, the waters, because the Continental Divide Trail is the objective, the Continental Divide Trail, hiking in the division,
Divide.
and the divide, exactly. So these divisions is going all the way to Mexico. So the Sierra Occidental is the name of the mountains. So I try to keep in this. And also in this section, I not went alone, definitely no, because this Sierra is between two states. It's between Chihuahua and between Sonora, and also very close the border of the United States. So where is very danger for the narcos, for the cartels and everything. But I found something very interesting because everybody was scaring me, no go in there because many people is died there because the narcos or the cartels is fighting for cross the drugs to United States. So it's very dangerous. So everybody told me, no, go in there. And so I want to go there, but I'm not going alone. So I'm looking for two friends, one person from Chihuahua, he can help me in navigation, because I never stayed in Chihuahua before. Another person, it was try they make the documental this. So we go into there, and we have a little support for the communities in these small towns. But I found something very interesting. Yeah, the people say it was danger. Yeah, probably it was danger. But at this area in the north is still bears and mountain lions. We don't have a lot of animals in Mexico because the people don't care about the animals too much. No, like the conservation is very bad in Mexico. It's why it was almost an extinction. The gray wolf is now in New Mexico. So the gray wolf was in Chihuahua too. So when I went to the mountains, I asked a small ranch, hey, I need to cross in your ranch so I can go to these mountains. So when the people say, what? You crazy? You want to go to the Sierra? There is bears, there is mountain lions. They say me many things, no? They not tell me nothing about narcos. Yes, because I in this moment, I found the narcos scared to go to the big mountains, not really big, but to the Sierras, because they scared for the bears and they scared for the mountain lions. And they say, oh, they my friends. I'm not scared for that because in United States, you can see these animals. Okay, I see footprints, the mountain lions. I still like not see mountain lions in United States. But I see bears. Yeah, but I see bears and everything. So I know what's scary for that. I feel more comfortable when I see the people scared for these animals. I say, yes, that is my opportunity because I'm more scared to see people in the mountains in Mexico. So I take this opportunity. I was hiking with my two friends. We tried to keep in the Sierras. Why? Well, it was so difficult because it was in the middle of the April. So in Chihuahua, it started hot. So no was a lot of water. And also I told you the maps no was very great. So we're not sure they have water or not. So twice we tried to keep in the Sierras, but twice we need to go down and then go back again up. So that's why it's so difficult. Because if you very into the Sierra, the problem is the water. Because you don't have idea it will be water or not. So I learned about that. I learned also you never have the support from the government with these things. I looking for 2 years from the support of the government. It is not happen. This not happen because it's something new in Mexico. So the people not trust yet about this happen. So I think so right now, this year, if me do this is for myself. The mean is not like I going alone. I going hiking alone, yes, but my friends from United States is going with me to be my support. So they try to catch me in some sections so they can leave me water, maybe when I cross one highway, or they can give me food. So we playing still. I start playing. I start doing the maps with the maps we have is the fun I can do. But I really don't know. I don't know how difficult will be until I will be there. When I be there, I really know what is the real difficult. Yeah, I hope not will be difficult. Also, I don't think will be difficult right now. I think the thing more difficult for make one trail in Mexico is how you can make how show other people this is good for them. Because I have different objectives to making the trail in Mexico. First is I want to share this passion with the people because I speak, I do the conference, but it's not the same. It's not the same talking and talking. If the people, they can imagine. Probably it's like when me the first time when I heard about the trail, it was like, oh, that is amazing, that is incredible. But it's like something on you can possible touch, it's like a one dream. But what happened if you do that? You can share also, you can change the life of many people. You can introduce a people and a workout. And the thing more important, in Mexico, the communities live in the mountains is the people more poor, not rich people. So, and also they still Indians. The most people live in the mountains are still Indians. So the second reason why, the second reason why I want to make the trail in Mexico is I don't have the money for give money to people to help, but I can give job to people. This is the form for give the job a people is making one trail around these communities. They can have tourists to spend money in the communities with food, with stay, and also they can learn about the communities live there, the stories about Mexico. So that is my second objective. And the three objectives I have is something I like a lot to go to United States for hike is go to see the animals, the wildlife. It's amazing. I never see deers in my life. Okay, I see but in the zoo, in the city. I never see in the forest. We have before a lot animals, wild animals, very important, like the jaguar. The jaguar is almost an extinction. So, boys, the thing is that people not care about that. So the trail, I tried making this trail for the people. Know how is important care for this animal. It only for care about how is important the life, the wildlife is making this difficult. I don't know, I can explain very well, but if you hiking, if you're doing through hike, what happened if, for example, you hiking 20 kilometers? Okay, you hiking 50 miles, and then you see in the maps is one river. The only river that you can possibly take water in these 15 miles. And then you made it to the river, and this river have a lot of trash. Is when you say, oh, you start making the conscience that I almost died because It's the only water I can drink this water because it have contamination. It's the same thing. So, and what happened here? It's when I go into some mountains around the Mexico City, we don't have trails. We almost all the time we hiking in the dirt roads, the cars, because it's the cars they can go sometimes to the peaks. And it's incredible to see how the people going with the cars is the people leave the trash and the pigs. They can take in the car, but they don't care because they not working for be there. I don't know. You can understand me a little more.
Yeah, because they didn't hike to get it, so they just drive to the thing and they don't respect the land necessarily. They just leave their trash wherever they want. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was
we see
easy
that
way.
here too.
Yeah, but I still,
yeah,
it's very clean in your country. It's more people like I have this conscience because
you haven't been to New Mexico that much.
Oh, I went to New Mexico when, yeah, I see trash in New Mexico.
It's definitely different, I would say, like
yeah, but this
the kind of awareness that we have around conservation here compared to Mexico, definitely Mexico is like some good years behind and still catching up. And access to information and education about the importance of it is definitely missing.
Yeah, I think why you have this conscience more in the community, in the public, in the United States is because you have this stress there. You have the signs. When you're younger, what's the first thing the normal, sometimes the families do? Take the baby to the mountains because it's super safe, because it's safe and you have the signs, you have the comfortable to do for yourself, or if you want to do for one guy, the tour you can do too, but you have this there. So you start teach the babies and care for that. But we don't have here. And also many people is scared to go into the mountains, not only for the dangerous places, because not all Mexico is danger. It's some states very safe. Also in these states, they have 3 different options to make the trail right now, because it's in these states when I want to make the trail. So in these states, it's very safe, but the people is scared to go to the mountains because it's something not normal. It's something like they put in your mind that you go in there and you lost. What happened if you lost? It's okay, no? If you lost, you can learn. But it's this confidence we don't have like a Mexicans. We are still working and have this confidence that you can, if you lost, okay, you can go back and wait, and probably you can find another better way to go back. Oh, it's like the culture. So I think the thing more difficult to make the trail is this: change the minds in Mexico. I can change the mind, but I can try to be doing more conscious of the people. That will be the problem. How 2 problems make this new culture to the outdoors, to the wildlife, to the people. If the other is how I can show the people they can give you job. They can give you good economy to the people. Is how they can trust me because they know see. So it's one phrase very typical in Mexico. The Gabasha, I want to help me with the translate because I'm not sure how I can say, but they say, hasta no ver, no creer.
Yeah.
That's typical.
Right, you have to see to believe.
Yes, this is typical phrase in Mexico. So when they say that, so they know the long distance trails in Mexico. So it's like how I can trust you. So that will be the so difficult work and that. Why the results? Sorry.
So have you learned about the new Maya Trail in the south of Mexico?
Yeah,
so that might be a good like case study to show. But I would say something in terms of United States and the systems of trails here, it's been highly dependent on indigenous removal. That means those lands belong to indigenous peoples, like the peoples in the communities where the trail that you're planning are going to cross. So I think as insofar as you can somehow ensure that they will remain like sovereign to their land and to their communities without, because I feel like sometimes what happens is like, oh, this development and it's going to be great economically. And then you have all the Europeans and the Americans coming with investments and then everyone's still on minimum wage, right? And then that's not an actual opportunity for those communities to thrive. But I think as, you know, you are part of those communities just from cross traveling through their lands. And if you can, and let's please hang out some other time and talk more about this, because I'm really interested in what you're doing. And I also know some people in Mexico that may be good pointers for you as you're building this up, and I would love to connect. But yeah, so that's like a big part of it. Yeah, it's a unique opportunity to do it the way that the United States messed it up.
Yeah, because like if you can honor indigenous land and the people that live there and bring that economy and that growth to those communities that already exist without removing them, then you could like, if you do the exact opposite of what America did, you could like absolutely change the way that we recreate, that we respect land. Like it's kind of like a clean slate. Like it sounds like there's already a trail, the South Maya Trail you were talking about, but like you could start to do this in a way that's sustainable for the environment, in a way that's sustainable for the communities that you're working with. Like my head is like going a million miles an hour. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what an opportunity to like really learn from all the time that you've spent on the trails here to make them as nice as we've made them, but without ruining the communities that we go through. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Great point about you.
Thank you. And I will love talking more with you about everything, because this is the thing I need more is this is something new, and I am alone here. Like I am the only triple crown here. So
right.
So when I was the coronavirus, I take this opportunity when I was in Montana, and then I went to Colorado too to training. And I was looking for organizations in United States that can help me with experience, with talking with communities, with talking with people, so they can trust me better, because here I am alone. It's also no organizations, the hiking or something. It's clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. So I totally get that. And but you're not alone. You're actually half me. And I got and I've been here doing my part in just learning so that someday I could give back to Mexico, because I grew up there and I love Mexico. So we'll definitely talk, and I can like vomit to you everything that I've learned, because that's what I've been doing. I've worked in conservation in Mexico too. Definitely a very different space monster down there than here. If everything moves slow here, in Mexico is just like
glacial pace.
It's painful. I mean, it is painful, and it's mostly papers. Like just
we have let's get some questions going too, because I know we had a couple people in the chat that wanted to ask a question. So Michelle, put on your camera. I know Mary had a question, and we'll do some Q&A, because this is awesome. This is so cool.
Thank you.
Hi.
Go, Michelle, go.
Hey, hi.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Hi, Michelle. The dogs. My family is also from Mexico.
Super.
And so, yeah, mi mamá es de Monterrey. Y pues, de mi papá, pues, todavía no sé. Pero I wanted to ask a question. Because I know in our culture, like families are very tight. Like, how was it when you told your family, like, okay, I'm going to venture off and do thousands and thousands of miles of hikes? Because I know when I did that,
they almost died.
Yes. My mom, she's like, ¿pa qué andas en el peligro? Eres una mujer, no tienes nada que hacer. And si te vas, la bendición, like how, like just be careful, you have no business out there, it's dangerous. Like how did your family take it when you told them, look, these are my goals, this is what I'm gonna do?
Okay, for my parents, they let me do this because I told you that I have two business. My two business was when I was 18. I started working when I was 11 because I from one very bad neighborhood from Mexico City. So I'm not coming from rich people. From my family is very poor. So I was in very danger place living. The name is Iztapalapa. So Iztapalapa is a very danger place in Mexico City. So it's a lot of drugs and crime. So when I was 11, I started working because I want to study. So so when I was 18, I have my business. So when I talking about my parents, I do that, they said, come on, go. But when I talking with, for example, I was always the model, my cousins, everybody in my family, because I was finished the engineer. I have two business when I was 18. And then I was racing a mountain bike, and I have the first places, always when I was racing. And they was, oh my God, look at your cousin, it's super amazing, blah, blah, blah. But what happened when and then they say, oh, she's working on the TV channel, a very important TV channel. And what happened when I told, for example, my uncle, and they say, oh, my aunt, they say, oh, I live in everything for that. They don't understand me. They definitely, my parents, yes, because I never asked for money, and my parents from the 11 years old. But my other family say, what? You stupid? You know, when you finish the school, everybody asks you for experience. You now have this opportunity. What you do in your life? And also until some friends, and I have the triple crown right now. Until I have friends in Mexico, the engineers and everything, they say me, what you doing? Does not give you money. Yeah, probably they not give me a lot money they have, but I am super happy. It is something I never change. So I think I never changed the experience I live in my life, because really it's really changed. It's magic, because I remember when I go back for my first through hike, the Pacific Crest Trail, and every day I wake up in my house in Mexico City, I told my mom, I feel like it was one dream, because this is real. This is real because it's something you not live in Mexico City and also in Mexico. So I think it's your decision. I know we families is super. I heard about the other persons, Mexicans living in the United States. They have parents from Mexico. They say, hey, why you going to hike? If we cross the border, very cross border, for give you better life in this country, and then you go into the mountains? What, you don't care for all the work we're doing? But I wish I can live in the United States. I can do every day. It's really, it's very beautiful country you have, because you're safe. You don't need to worry for somebody try to kill you, like in Mexico or something, you know? And I really, you can see the animals. It's a more incredible thing. So yeah, my family was sad, but not too much, because they see I was working a lot for all my things. But you always hear many people say why you doing this? But when your dreams is more strong like that, you can do big things, you know, big things. So you can go, vamos, sí.
Sí,
Y no
vámonos.
pares. Sí, vámonos.
No,
Sí, I think you
no,
can.
I was gonna tell you, I live in Laredo, Texas. So we border no Laredo.
Yeah, Monterrey.
So I know. So even where I live, like my house, we border Mexico. Like behind me, that's Mexico.
Oh my God,
So it's my
crazy.
House, Rio Grande, and there's Mexico like right there.
Oh my God, you live very close the border.
Yeah, it's right there. So there's times where we see people, I don't know if they're hiking or whatever, but there's times where we're sitting out here on the deck and it's like we wave at each other and just
Yeah.
you're waving at somebody that's in another country. Like it's a little
It's right there.
yeah, it's like right
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but thank you so much for sharing, and you're an inspiration. You're awesome, Triple Crown. That's awesome, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, Michelle, I have a good surprise. I want to say, but I have a surprise.
Manda.
Tengo una sorpresa. So remember I was hiking Arizona Trail this year because, but the Great Western Loop Challenge only hikes some section the Arizona Trail. So I was crazy here because everything is closed here in Mexico. Also the volcanoes is not open, it's not possible pass and everything. So this make me so sad to be here. So I thinking in going to hiking Arizona Trail to finish Arizona Trail probably 1 week or 2 weeks. So if you have the opportunity to go there, you can go hiking with me 1 or 2 days. No need to be on the trail, but you can hike with me 1 or 2 days. You're very welcome to hike with
I'm
me.
in.
Yeah, no, you too.
Sold.
Everybody.
I'm gonna be on the Appalachian next week.
Next week? What?
Next week on Friday, I'm gonna do a section of the Appalachian. We're taking off to Maryland and we're gonna do a section there.
Super cool. This is so great. And then if you go back, if you have opportunity, you can go there. I can probably hiking for 1 month because I will be, I thinking and I want to finish. It's not too much, but probably when I will be there, probably I keep going. Probably I repeat again.
You just do the whole trail in one
Yeah.
because you're gonna be doing 30 miles per
If you're
day,
here,
so
you might
that's
as well.
just gonna be like
So we see what happens because it's the first time I go back to the United States very fast. So I don't know how is the restrictions, but we see what happens. But if
I think Arizona should be fine.
okay.
There are no restrictions in Arizona.
Yeah, I think Arizona doesn't have
Wide open.
COVID.
I hope so. I hope so. It's yes, I will be starting 1 or 2 weeks more. I'm so excited to go back to the mountains because I hear it's like I was in the city. I don't like the city.
You know what's crazy, Zelzin? So before a couple of weeks ago, my brother told me there's a plan to continue the Continental Divide through Mexico.
Yeah, I was part of this plan. I tried
and now I put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, whoa, this is so cool.
Yeah,
he's been bumped because all the parks are closed.
Yes, exactly. The last year I was hiking the Continental Divide Trail. I was part of this group, the persons trying but it's very difficult to in my plan. When I heard about all this plan, I was so excited. But when I was there in Chihuahua, some sections, not only Chihuahua, the Continental Division, cross for states very dangerous.
Yeah.
So will be probably follow the division all the time. I think you need to. I talked with them one time. I told them, they say, I don't think will be possible right now. How is the situation in Mexico? Right now, not very long, but because the plan is they cross from United States to Chiapas or to Guatemala, to Belize. So they try to cross all Mexico. But in one stretch, I don't think it's possible. These 3 states very dangerous. So you need to go around.
Which is totally fine, you know? It's like, you don't gotta go through there.
Yeah,
so
for right now, my plan is not doing something huge. So it's why I only try they make the trail in the state safe, because we need one test. We need the test, the proof, they show something at the government and the communities, there is something working, no? The Trail Maya is only 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers, we have many, the 100 kilometers, but because the thing is good in Mexico, we have very good runners, and very good race, the trail running. And the ultra trail running is the 100 kilometers. So that is many. But the Trail Maya, they say they can go to 1,000 kilometers, but I don't think they take probably 1 or 2 years, because the jungle is not very easy. I was exploring the jungle before. It's not easy.
It's super hard to make.
Yeah. So the states I have right now in temptation, I would say, I not say nobody not much about this because it's something I still planning. But the states I will try to do the trail, and probably 700 miles. I want to do 700 miles.
Wow.
Or
Nice.
yeah, so I wish I can cross Mexico, but it's take a lot of time, and I need to
Are
be
you doing
more,
a loop? Are you trying to do a loop or?
no, it's stretch. So I in my options is Hidalgo. Hidalgo is very, very beautiful place and also very safe. Querétaro is other state very safe too. Jalisco is other state very safe, and the other is Baja California is also very safe. So that is my options. But
Nice.
but yeah, so right now I'm planning and do that, and see what happens. My plan is to start everything is doing good. My plan is to start in December or in January doing that.
Nice.
But I think the me
Awesome.
cross or make the trail like a crossing, like only me with my GPAs and my maps. That will be the easy thing I can do.
Right, of
because
course.
right now I was working a lot. All my money I can make is only for do that. I will be spending when I sell my business, all the money in my business, I will be spending that. Because I was looking for support for the government for 2 years, and this is not happen. In me waiting, I think never happened. So I need to do for myself. So I need to do for myself. 2 friends from United States is coming to make the support team. And then another woman from Mexico, she's helped me because she's architect, so she's doing all the things there. Yeah, and very welcome if somebody want to help in this project. We experience like I don't know, social media. If somebody know about somebody. They want to sponsor the documental, because the 2 things I need in this moment for do this for myself is 1 truck by 4x4 because I don't have car, and on the other is the found a sponsor for make the documental. The documental is very necessary.
Anybody watching, we need a truck. We need a sponsor for a documentary. We're going to start connecting dots. I like this. I think Mary had a question too. Mary, do you want to pop on? And then after that, if everybody wants to put on their cameras, we'll go through our group gratitude circle as well, and we'll wrap it up. What was your question, Mary?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say how inspiring your story is, and I can't wait to follow you and cheer you on and support you however I can. This is super awesome what you're doing, and what you're doing for your country and the people in your country. I had a technical question. When you were talking about your adventures in the snow, how do you camp in the snow? Do you just like set up a tent on top of the snow, or how does that work?
That is very good question. This is very good question. Everybody, no, I meet everybody camping on the snow. That is the horrible feel because it's just, I camping one time and I never do again. Because sometimes it's not very possible no camping on the snow. But okay, that is the thing. So when you camping on the snow, in the mornings the snow is start melting, so it's water. So when the snow is frozen again is when in the nights. But you put your tent before the snow frozen. So when you are sleeping, it's like you're sleeping in water. It's cold and wet. So the good thing in the Sierras when I was there, the Sierras is like many boulders, flats, super flats. So my best campsites, I only sleep in the Sierras one time on the snow. For say I not sleep anymore because was a lot of snow, so I can touch the peaks. I can stay very close the mountains and the rocks. So almost all the time as I sleep the cowboy camp, I not put my tent. I sleep the cowboy camp on the rocks, on the flat rocks. And this is so amazing. It's really amazing. You can see the
sky.
Yeah, and also it's not wet because the snow is super wet. But in some sections you can do that, like a Colorado, because Colorado is not like they have rocks, but no boulders like the Sierras. The Sierras have big boulders, like a bit, the rock flat.
And there's no snow on the boulder?
No, the most of the time in the Sierras is no snow. So I always try looking for going to sleep in the rocks. Or sometimes, like at the lakes, is frozen. So sometimes the lakes, they have a little islands, is flat. Sometimes they don't have snow because it's low elevation. So, and the lake is frozen. You can cross to the little island, it's super dry. So I always try it's places you can find like that. In Colorado, it's a little more difficult. Found some places with no snow. The most of the time when I was in Colorado, I sleep in the snow. But also it's other different weather and elevation. So the snow is more frozen. So it's less, you can feel wet. But I recommend, if it's rocks, going to the rocks. Sleep in the rocks, but flats. Flats and cowboy camp, you don't need the tent, and principally in the Sierras and in the Pacific Crest Trail, because the west is more dry. It's not rain a lot, so you don't have any problem to sleep with no tent. I think when I sleep the first time the cowboy camp in the Pacific Crest Trail was in the Sierras, and after that I almost sleep all the time the cowboy camp. I not use my tent. This is so beautiful.
Cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. All right, everybody, pop on your cameras. Let's talk about what we're grateful for. Zelzin, thank you so much for joining us. You are an inspiration. I love your plans for your big trail. When you go do the Great West Challenge, like I want to be in the van or hiking, like either way is fine. So tonight, I am grateful for the opportunity to connect with you. I'm so thankful for the technology that allows us to connect from different countries all over the world. And you're our first international guest on the virtual Campfire. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. So Gabacho, what are you thankful for?
Same. I'm just grateful for this opportunity to get to know you, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see how we can collaborate and if I can be of any help for your project in Mexico.
Yeah,
very cool.
I definitely. Very welcome.
Zelzin, what are you thankful for?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you repeat the question?
What are you thankful for?
Well, I like it. I really love it talking with yours, and also I like it because I think almost everybody is women, and I'm so glad the see is more Mexicans here. So I can say for the Mexicans live in United States, not be scary because you in the correct country to do this sports. So not be scary. I wish I can live there so I can do every day, but this is not possible. So so not be scary. You live in the very beautiful country. You can do that and go to enjoy the wild because it's the more beautiful thing we have. The only thing, the money never can buy something like that.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Snap, snap, snap. Mary, what are you grateful for?
I mean, I can't help but just be thinking about Mexico, and I've just been flashing back to a lot of family memories in Mexico. My cousin sent me an email yesterday actually saying she's been having this recurring dream about my family, and she pictures each of us, my siblings and my parents, at this little market, this little flea market in Baja California where my sister got married. And she went through and listed each one of the family members and what we were doing at this market. And of course, I was just sitting in the sun at the beach wearing a big floppy hat. But I can't get Mexico off my mind right now. And so this was another connection for me. And I'm grateful to have heard your stories, Zelzin, and to keep following you and supporting you. This is really exciting.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Michelle, my dear, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful that I'm putting more pieces together in my life and making connections. And this past week, I discovered a new term called moral injury. And I'm looking more into it as I connect some more dots that are finally making sense to me now, I guess. So I'm thankful for searching and learning more and getting to know me again, finding out me.
You can do that because you're Mexican.
I love it.
Mexican. You can. Mexican.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. If you are on YouTube, on the screen right now is hikingmyfeelings.org/give. Anything, if you want to join us on Zoom, we do a pre-show chat, we do a post-show chat. We also get to do the Q&A in the group gratitude circle. We have some awesome partners and sponsors that are looking to give us some stuff. So if you join us, then you get some stuff. It's all good. So if you want to join us in the Zoom, you can go to hikingmyfeelings.org/campfire and you can join the virtual Campfire VIPs. And if you just want to donate because you learned something or you want to keep the lights on for Hiking My Feelings, you can go to hikingmyfeelings.org/give. And for those of you on YouTube, we're going to say goodnight. And for everybody in the Zoom, hang out and we'll do a little post-show chat. So quick wave from all of us here and we'll say goodnight to everybody on YouTube. Bye, YouTube. See you later.
Bye,
Love
good night.
you.